boards, feed in the high slot, but bounced away as Nadeau couldn't get a shot off, and that's cleared all the way down ice, and there's only 23 seconds to go in this power play. Second power play of the game for the Amherst, spinning back once again. And behind the net, the Amherst start to work forward. Wide to the left side over the red line where it's fired in, around behind the net, comes all the way around to the near boards. Right point, shot through and out of the zone and down ice. The Amherst finishing up, making changes all the way back in his own zone after it goes fault as the penalty has expired. Thunderbirds full strength. The Amherst are 0 for 2 in the power play, and the puck dumped down in the corner. To the right of Romanov, comes out top of the slot and over the line to center ice. Amherst back to recovery. At their own blue line, and a feed up the left wing. That's around behind the net, but grab, and that'll be whistled down on an icing call. That's icing, bringing the faceoff back into the Amherst zone. Hey, by the way, Amherst 26-27 season tickets are on sale now. Secure your seat for season-long action and receive 10 ticket vouchers to utilize this season. Call the Amherst office at 454-5335 to get more information on next season's season tickets. Puck dropped along the near wing. That's cleared in the air out to center ice and chased back now by the Thunderbirds. Dumped in wide of the Amherst net. Rochester back. Volpel ringing hard around the boards out on the near wing. And the half wall trying to get it out Warren, but he's pinned up, and now dumped is Meyer. Puck rolling around behind the net, taken by Novikov. Cycles it around the far boards. Gertson back on the ice. Pass it on the far boards. Gertson gets a hold of it, chips it off the wall to himself, and then sends it the rest of the way down. Turning back in the zone, taken now by Lindstein for the Thunderbirds. Long pass up the left wing side. Third cross ring of the far boards by Luff, and around behind the Amherst net, comes down the near wing. Very confusing. There's Luff and Luff. That shot all the way down over a stick, so not touched. Icing is the call. Take a face off all the way back in the Amherst zone. You have the defenseman is Leo Luff, and then the forward is Matt Luff. Leo Luff, that is, and Matt Luff.
Well, but speaking of forwards, you're looking at that guy, Isak Rosean. You know, Don, just quickly looking, with 23 goals now, Rosean is second in the conference to Arthur Kaliev, who's got 5 more goals than him. Kaliev has played 17 more games than Rosean.
Wow. Face-off coming to the left of Ratzlaff, shot up over top of the net, and then cleared around the boards and down. Back for go the Thunderbirds, getting to it in time for no icing. Round behind that, Rosen plays it far boards. It's Wahlberg back at the point. It's kept in there. Long shot in. That's wide of the glove of Romanov, but goes wide and comes down in the near corner. Out top once again. Helenus will shoot it in on goal. Stick stop, and the rebound grabbed and held onto by Romanov for the face-off. So now we have 7:22 to go in the second period. 3-0 Rochester lead. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network.
Work to win. Deflecting challenges. Defending titles. Doing whatever it takes. We believe in the power of our team. We succeed by delivering for our fans. The local legends of Rochester originated here. Bob Johnson has always called Rochester home. And the Amhersts have always been Rochester's team. Let's go, Rochester.
My therapist, she pushed me also. Everything happens for a reason. I had to let go and find myself again. And that's what the Villa program and the staff did for me, is let me find myself again. And I like who I found.
Explore the Kawasaki family, available at Maddie's Motorsports.
7:22 to go, second period, so we're over the halfway point of this game. And thus far, the Amherst leading in shots 22-12. And leading on the scoreboard, Roseanne 3 and the Thunderbirds nothing. Face-off will be coming to the left of Romanov. Puck is dropped. Helenus in for the draw. That is cleared around the far boards, out over the line to center ice. Blocked right back in the zone, and turning back for it go the Thunderbirds. Skinner backhands it into the near corner, chipped along the wall at the point. Hammers get to it in time to keep it in. Scooped off the boards, round behind the net by Roseanne, and then cleared out to center ice, and the puck back in the Rochester zone, chased down by Wahlberg. Throws it through in front of his net, far corner, a feed up the left wing side, tipped through to center ice. Continuing on, the defenseman Komarov, top of the slot, drops it. Pass on the right side, feet in front of the shot, into the knees of Romanov, who covers up. Great passing play, beautiful pass work right there. Helenus with the final shot, but that in the knees of goaltender Romanov holds on for the faceoff.
Yeah, there was Helenus trying to see if he could continue distributing the love. He's already got a couple of assists in this game. A last chance right in the slot there, taken by, was that Roseanne? I got that shot?
No, it was Helenus. The last shot.
I thought he was passing along the wing. I'll tell you what, it's hard to keep up with the game as fast as these two are on the ice. They're so dynamic. They find ways to beat places before you even think you see them there.
That's a good excuse. Out top feed to the side of the net, in on goal again. Another stick stop for Romanov. And along the far boards is tipped along the wall, but kept in the dough, chips it down in the corner. And then it's sent out of the zone to center ice. Hammers dig it out, and it's shot in around behind the net. I know why you didn't see it right. You don't have your glasses on.
Well,
puck along the far boards, comes out in front, then shot away and down ice, all the way around behind. The Rochester net whistled down on an icing call.
A frequent Don complaint about my glasses, although last year, the last couple of years, he was right. This time, Don, I've got contacts in.
And they aren't working very well.
I will admit they've got their challenges. Oh, man. I did get some help from, I'll give a shout out to him, Brandon Mikowski, who works in our business development department. I don't know if you know this, I've been calling him my optometrist. He's actually been helping put my contacts in for me.
Maybe that's the problem, he didn't put them in the right spots. Long shot from out top, knocked down again, the rebound in the far corner. A collision there, the puck rolls up the wall and out to center ice. Here come the Thunderbirds, attacking the net to our left, which contains Scott Ratzlaff, and the puck around behind the net on the other side. Drop back. Rochester chasing it down and behind their own net. Bayreuther will throw it up the left wing. That's spun off the boards out to center ice. By the way, this ends a 6-game homestand for the Amherst. Pass it on the near wing is dumped in around behind the Rochester net. Back goes Bayreuther. He'll throw it to the far boards and pulled out over the line, shot back in. Delay offside, Amherst have it. As the Thunderbirds do clear the zone, long feed up the left wing and now dumped into the Springfield zone, the far corner. Joshua then pinned up against the backboards, 5.5 to go in the second period. And chin skate still in the corner. Drawn around the near side, through to the right point, kept in by Fulp and thrown to the net. Tipped wide and comes down in behind. Dug out by Joshua, he'll spin a backhander to the point. Again, the Amherst get through the keeper and score from out top. That might have been tipped in front by Kuntar down inside the left post, and the Amherst have taken now a 4-0 lead.
Well, Jagger Joshua just flicks this one toward Novikov. He's got pressure coming toward him at the left point and decides to just let it rip. Trevor Kuntar puts his stick in the right spot. It pinballs off the heel of his blade and past Romanov, and that is going to give Kuntar 12 goals on the season. He had just one over his previous 17 as Rochester has the lead swelled to 4-0.
So I looked at it, I saw 16, I almost thought it was 18 again. You know,
well, why not, right?
You know, well, nobody can score but 18 tonight, can they? Now Kuntar gets the goal, so now it's 4-0. And the puck around behind the Amherst net in the near corner. Rochester trying to dig it out and bring it away. And do out to the blue line. Now flipped in the air out to center ice, trying to break away. Costantini and a goal moving in shot. And a pad save as he tried the 5-hole. But Romanov closes the door. Kept in on top by Warren, but recovered again, swept along the wall and now to center ice. Here come the Thunderbirds. Drop back on the right wing side, chased after in the corner. Backhander in on goal grab by Ratzlaff. Holds on for a face-off. 4:29 to go in the second period. 4-0 Rochester. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network.
Rochester's first legal licensed dispensary is still growing. Join the lifestyle. Good Life Collective's loyalty program and seamless delivery options are available at both locations. Good Life offers the safest CBD and great products you won't find elsewhere. Google Good Life today.
Your heart doesn't stay the same throughout your life, and neither should your care. At Rochester Regional Health, we're here for every beat of your life. From prevention and early detection to advanced procedures like robotic cardiac surgery. Because the best heart care meets you where you are and carries you forward. Heart care for every beat of your life. We're here for it. Learn more at rochesterregional.org/heart.
Why I tell people to work here is about how we are with each other. And we know that how we are with each other day to day in this work will translate into how we are with the people we serve in our programs, and ultimately how they are when they go out into their lives each and every day.
Amherst Hockey. The Rochester Americans are back on the ice for their historic 70th season. Join in on the fun at Blue Cross Arena all year long. 2025-26 season group.
Rochester currently up big, a 4-0 with 4:30 to go before our second intermission, where we will talk to Helenus, as well as Brian Gionta upstairs, one of two former Olympians here in the building, a former captain for Team USA, and then hear about what is really working so well right now for Rochester in our locker room report.
Thanks, Griff. Face-off coming up in the Rochester zone. That's to our left here in the second period. And the Amherst won't play after tomorrow, won't play till the following Saturday as the league is off for the All-Star break. Puck flipped in the air out to center ice, but batted aside by the Thunderbirds, turned in over the Rochester line. Amherst recovered. Now pass out to center ice, trying to get away. Wahlberg draws it in over the line, wide to the left side. Helenus will send it around behind the net, out of the near wing, and shoveled behind off of the backboards by Rosayan, but couldn't catch up to it. Helenus will. No, he couldn't reach it either, and it's around the boards on the near side. Out to center ice, Amherst step up and intercept. Rosayan on the right side for Komarov. Drops it back in the high slot, but then picked off and flipped out of the zone by the Thunderbirds. Amherst have it again. Cross-line pass by Komarov picked off and turned the other way. Thunderbirds over the blue line, slide it in around behind the Amherst net. On the backboards and spun to the near point, kept in. Rosen with a shot in, hits a stick of Scott Retzlaff, knocked down the puck in the slot. Amherst get to it back at the point, but kept in still. Dropped off and played behind the net. It's recovered, dug out by Komarov, and throws it up the left wing side. Deflected all the way down, around behind the net by Wahlberg. Back for it. Pass up the right side, slipped in around behind the Amherst net, a race for it. The Thunderbirds get to it first, but the Amherst take it away. Pass out to center ice, Meyer feet off, and breaking in the dough in a goal. He gets spun around, can't get a shot away. Now he's behind the net. Will ring the puck around the near boards. Down in the corner, dropped in behind once again to the other side. Nadeau laying it back at the left point. To the right side. Here's Jones with a shot, and that one deflected off a stick way up and out of play. So we have another stoppage here. 2:56 to go in the second period. The Amherst up 4-0.
Now, I think one thing to mention, it's so important that Rochester's depth can find a way to get going, and sometimes you can sort of want to spread the wealth. So when you see the Rosayans and the Helenus getting points, guys like Olivier Nadeau, like Jake Lecision, like Trevor Kuntar, who just scored, they need to find their gas again because it's gone empty for a little bit.
Puck spun away out to center ice. At the red line, played aside. Amherst get a hold of it. Spinning Meyer will turn and shoot it in over the line, but recovered there. And then immediately tied up by Nadeau, and the forecheck taken away. Meyer out in front. A dribbler to the net, grabbed by Romanov, and he holds on for the face-off. Hey, the Amherst 70th anniversary throwback series nearing its end, but not before a stop in the 1990s. That's coming up on Friday the 20th, presented by Cooper Vision and supporting Veterans Outreach. The Amherst continue the trend by wearing throwback uniforms for the decade by dusting off a fan favorite from the 90s. Score your tickets at Amherst.com.
I can't wait to talk more about that, especially after an incredible jersey auction we had for 1980s night.
Back at the right point, kept in. Jones tries the other side, long shot in. That's knocked down by Romanov and lands on his right side. Did he get hit up high.
Yeah,
he
well,
must have been all right.
The way he fell, I thought it was almost more of a collapse.
Yeah, I thought maybe he got hit in the noggin or something.
That's how they pronounce it.
He got knocked in the noggin.
I mean, we've already had enough pronunciation issues with some of our players, as it was Bayreuther taking a shot and got knocked down by Romanov, who decided to get knocked down with the puck as he stumbles to his right.
I haven't seen a goalie do that since Hasek, I don't think.
Great. Did you watch that documentary the Sabres
No,
put
I
out?
haven't yet. Flipped
Terrific
high in the
stuff.
air in the zone and comes down deep in the corner and around behind the net. As the puck chipped back around the near boards, Jones to the other side, feed out of the slot. Oh, it crunched his feather Schultz as he throws it toward the net on that hit coming from Wagner. Man, he was drilled with a shoulder. Looked like it was up high, but Fiddler Schultz, he'll pick up his stick and skates away, actually in a straight line to the bench.
Well, Fiddler Schultz gets it and then just gets hammered by Wagner. Let's take another look at this if we can. I mean, he gets popped down, and I mean, that's the thing. The Amherst just got to hope to get out of this game, I think, now in one piece. I'd like to think with the way things are going, it's going to be a favorable outcome in terms of the results, but the health of these players is so prominent.
At top, kept in Novikov, long shot in, and that off the block of Romanov off on the other side, coming down to the far corner. Amherst moving into the corner, looking to dig it loose. And they do, shot toward the net, however, deflected aside and carried off ice by Springfield. Spinning back after it on the near side, where it's taken and shot in around behind the Amherst net. Back for Novikov, drops it off, Fulton in the near corner chasing. Able to poke at it, but can't clear it away. And behind Novikov will send it to the other side. Costantini will chend it along the wall and out to center ice, but as the puck popped up in the air, as a push forward with a hand, it touched neck, however, by Springfield, and no whistle, and the Thunderbirds have it. On the near side, through to center ice, up the left wing, dumped the rest of the way down, round behind the Amherst net. Fulton is back. Coming out in front of his net, starts to work forward. Pass up the right side. And around behind the net, coming down the far corner. Amherst getting to it. Laid off of the backboards around the near side by Wahlberg, and the puck in behind the net, shot away on the far wing. Still kept in, back at the left point, still sitting there. The Amherst get to it and able to slide it in around behind the net. Just over a minute to go in the second period. Comes out to the slot, then cleared along the near side, and it's taken back again by Springfield. Out in front of the net. With a minute to go, long shot down ice will be an icing. That'll bring the face-off back in the Springfield zone with 56 seconds to go in the second period. The Amherst scoring 2 in the first, adding 2 here in the second.
Another big period for Rochester's offense, and they've doubled up the Thunderbirds. At the end of the first period, they were up 13-7 in shots. Now they're, at least from our scoreboard here at Blue Cross Arena, it's saying 30-15.
That's about double. Long shot from the point off the blocker of Romanov coming down the corner. Spun behind the net. No is there and pulls it off in the corner, dropping it back at the left point. Johnson, top of the slot. Komarov turns, wrister in front, bouncing puck to the side of the net. As it's in behind now, the Amherst couldn't get a rebound shot away, and out to the point, kept in again. Komarov on the right side in the high slot. Jones turns, takes a shot, and able to grab it and see it and hold on is Romanov, and he's pretty active right now. He's being pressured a lot by the Amherst. They're just buzzing at this point.
You know, the reality for him, Don, is he probably wants to keep seeing shots just selfishly for his save percentage. It's been ugly this season at .894, so you know, you've already coughed up 4. You need at least 9 more shots. You need to hope you can stop all of them to finish the game with a .900 save percentage.
As the puck dropped in the corner, cleared along and out to center ice, bouncing through in the Amherst zone. Bayreuther back. Will then send it long up the left wing side. Amherst have it at the red line, but that one knocked away. And then shot in around behind the Amherst net. As they tie up on the backboards, flipped high in the air the other way, out to the blue line, batted away off a hand from the Thunderbirds, but the Amherst get to it first, backhanded in, and that's going to do it for the period as the seconds tick off. And now we have completed 2 periods here at the Blue Cross Arena. And the Amherst again, 2 in the first, adding 2 in the second, and now lead 4-0 over the visiting Springfield Thunderbirds. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network.
Seeger and Shortino will handle every aspect of your case: workers' comp, personal injury, and Social Security disability. We'll help you get all the benefits you deserve. So call or text us today.
I love working here because it supports my personal growth and my work-life balance. Since working at ESL, I've become more confident. I have become a better leader. We truly care about every single person. We promote and encourage people to really embrace their careers and follow their dreams, to not hold themselves back. Because why settle for a job that simply passes the time when you can belong to something bigger?
Tonight's Intermission Report is brought to you by Stellar Roofing.
Back at the Blue Cross Arena, it's 4-0 now for the Amherst over the visiting Thunderbirds. And downstairs with an interview once again is Griffin Della Pella.
Alrighty, Don, thank you. Consta, over the last few weeks, I've heard your last name pronounced about 8 different ways. Can we set the record straight? Can you tell me how to say your last name?
Helenus.
Helenus, okay, Consta Helenus. For News. Everybody else who continues to say it wrong, now you have it. You had 2 assists already here today against Isaac Rosen. Why do you love setting up your teammates?
I mean, we got a couple of 2-on-1s, and I know Rosie can't score goals, so I just passed to him. He shot it and scored, so, it's fun.
It's also been a pretty physical game overall. I know that you like to get mixed up in those scrums. Why do you like that part of your game, too? Always see a smile on your face.
I mean, yeah, hockey is fun when there's a little emotion and goals, so, I like that. And, Gert's a nice fight. I like to see that, too.
Appreciate you taking the time and that we got the record straight on your last name. Don?
Thanks, Griff. All right, so what a smile on his face, and especially after what a great job he did when he was up with the Sabres. That first game was phenomenal.
Yeah, well, I think you're thinking the second game, right? That was the goal and 2 assists.
Right. You're right.
But either way, and I asked him that this morning. I said, how much is your NHL debut going to be remembered? And he said, yeah, of course. And then I said, what did you like more, that or the second game? He said, well, of course, yeah, the second game. But you talk about that smile. I don't know if everybody remembers this. He is 19 years old. He is a kid, and he is a kid doing what he has been wanting to do his entire life, and that is make this his living. He's just playing hockey, and he's just having a lot of fun doing it.
No, he's certainly an outstanding player, and I think probably will be around for a long time to come also, as will some of the others. And, that's one thing about all of the players that have been called up this year have done just a spectacular job with the Sabres.
I think I asked you, when's the last time you've seen this many players get called up and immediately find the success? And you said, I can't remember.
Well, I've seen more players recalled, but not so many that are, it's like 100% of them have been just giant contributors to the Sabres.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, we've talked about this, whether it's ECHL to AHL, AHL to NHL, guys get called up and they sit sometimes. That's just a reality of our business. But so many of our players are getting the call up, getting in the lineup, and it doesn't matter whether they're playing 20 minutes or 5. They are making the most of it for Lindy Ruff and those Buffalo Sabres.
There's one thing I want to say, and that is the crew up here is always after me about taking this cord and putting it back over my shoulder. Now, I want to show you something.
Do I have it? Oh.
I'm not the only one. All right. It's 4-0 for the Amherst over the Thunderbirds here at the Blue Cross Arena. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network.
Around and melt into pure relaxation. Where fireworks are on your plate and in the sky. Where headliners shine and so does your style. Where your days end in luxurious comfort. Only at Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino. Steps from the Falls of Niagara is a resort that has it all. Come for the view, stay for everything else. Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino. Nothing else comes close.
Introducing Delta Sonic Ceramic Exterior Detail, powered by Resistol. 1-year warranty protection for your vehicle's paint, rims, and headlights. Our specialized formula uses advanced ceramic technology to drastically improve the gloss and durability of your vehicle's paint, while creating a barrier that prevents etching and oxidation. Delta Sonic's Ceramic Exterior Detail ensures your car remains as stunning as the day you bought it. Visit Delta Sonic Detail Shop today.
Kawasaki family. Available at Maddie's Motorsports.
Amherst move in, shoot, score!
Hey Rochester, Stellar is proud to be an official partner of the Rochester Americans. To celebrate, you'll receive 2 tickets to an Amerks home game when you choose Stellar for your next home exterior project. You'll also be entered in a drawing to drop the ceremonial puck at a selected game this season. Protect your home through the winter, then cheer on the Amerks on home ice. Schedule your free inspection today at stellarroofing.com. When quality counts, choose.
Here come the Amerks on the right side. Gionta moving in, backhander. Scores! Brian Gionta gives the Amerks the lead with a backhander. Wow, what a special moment that was. We're joined now by former National Hockey League player, former all-star in the world of hockey, former Rochester American, Brian Gionta. And Gio, I got to ask you, what was the bigger moment, the Olympics, the Stanley Cup championship, or scoring a goal in an Amherst uniform?
I don't know. I just got chills from watching that video, honestly. Like, it just sent chills down my... As a kid, this is what I grew up doing, right? Like, coming here, playing mini sticks in the back corridor, listening to you. That's my childhood. So to be able to come here and play and then to score on top of it, going out my last year playing pro, it was a pretty special night. Like, it's up there in the hockey memories and the moments within my career that I cherish most.
You know, what a way to cap off such a spectacular career with the Olympics. Tell us about that experience.
Yeah, it was awesome. And it was the year I was thinking about signing in the summer. Boston had come to me, and I just didn't want to move the family again. So we had worked out where I could practice with the Amerks every day and train for the Olympics and kind of go off in one more Olympics in 18, and they named me captain. So it was a thrill, right? Like, it was one of those dreams come true as a kid. And then to be able to play here and then have the night we did with the support we did, have you call the goal, like, those are the things that give me chills thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't know if you got a chance to see the opening ceremonies from the Olympics today or not, but that's got to just send shivers up and down your back when you see that happening.
Yeah, I did. So in 2018, I was able to walk in the opening ceremony, so it was pretty special. In 06, we weren't able to because as the NHL, we went over late. So 2018, I really got to take in a lot of the experiences. I was older at the time, could really cherish the Olympic experience and go to other events, be part of the opening ceremonies, things like that. So yeah, I tuned in with my kids right before I got on the drive here.
You know, I still need to ask you the question. I won't include the Rochester goal, but the Stanley Cup championship and the Olympics. I mean, how do you compare? How do you pick which one would be better?
You can't compare them. They're two different experiences and two different highlights in your career. Stanley Cup, obviously pinnacle of your sport, everything you dream of doing. The Olympics, the experience there, every kid can relate to it. Every kid watches the Olympics, whether it's every summer, every winter. Families are tuned around it. So it's a different memory core as a kid. So then when you get to experience as you know, being an athlete, it's different than the Stanley Cup, but right up there on par with it. I just, wish we would have won a medal. I was never fortunate to win a medal, but the experience of being in the Olympics is something you'll never forget.
I don't know if you've had any contact with anybody on this year's Olympic team or not, but I'm sure you'll be glued to the screen watching.
100%. I'll support those guys through and through.
Speaking of watching, I've been watching you since I think you were maybe 14, maybe 15. Junior Amerks, I think, is when I first saw you, and then you went away, and I've watched you for all of these years. It's really such an honor to have you up here. Such a pleasure. And man, you're looking great. Again, you could play.
No, I'm past that. I think I could maybe do it for a night, but I don't think I could do a grind of the season. I try to stay in shape, and running the kids around is part of that too.
Yeah, we see your brother Stevie up here all the time, and say hi to your parents for us.
I will.
And so good to see you again.
Yeah, thank you.
All
Appreciate it.
Brian Gionta, of course, former star at everything in the world of hockey, and including the Olympics. We've got more in our intermission coming up. It's a 4-0 Rochester lead after 2. This is the Amerks Broadcast Network.
Hey Rochester, Stellar is proud to be an official partner of the Rochester Americans. To celebrate, you'll receive 2 tickets to an Amerks home game when you choose Stellar for your next home exterior project. You'll also be entered in a drawing to drop the ceremonial puck at a selected game this season. Protect your home through the winter, then cheer on the Amerks on home ice. Schedule your free inspection today at stellarroofing.com. When quality counts, choose
Come to the distillery for one of their amazing daily food specials. They have something for everyone in the family. Visit one of their 3 locations for a great tasting meal and a cold brew with a friend today. You'll be glad you did. The Distillery, Rochester's neighborhood gathering place.
Over 50 years ago, my family built a place where everybody is welcome, where love is celebrated every day, and family is at the heart of everything we do. Since 1969, we are 3 generations of hard work and care, committed to exceeding your expectations, bringing you exceptional quality, value, and style. I'm so proud of what we do and where we came from. I'm Malachi Avino. This is our heritage. Let us be a part of yours.
Good Life Collective, Rochester's first legal licensed dispensary, is still growing. Join the lifestyle. Good Life Collective's loyalty program and seamless delivery options are available at both locations. Good Life offers the safest EBD and great products you won't find elsewhere. Google Good Life today.
Your heart doesn't stay the same throughout your life, and neither should your care. At Rochester Regional Health, we're here for every beat of your life. From prevention and early detection to advanced procedures like robotic cardiac surgery. Because the best heart care meets you where you are and carries you forward. Heart care for every beat of your life. We're here for it. Learn more at rochesterregional.org/heart.
Here at the Blue Cross Arena, the Amherst picked up 2 in the first, added 2 more in the second, including a hat trick, a natural hat trick from Itzhak Roseyan coming back from the Sabres, and some assists, quite a few assists from Consta Helenus, and his return from the Sabres. Of course, Jones coming back had an assist. You can't score a goal without Jones getting a point somewhere, I don't think.
No. I mean, well, that's normally the rule for power play goals. The Amherst don't have any of those tonight, but they continue to find the back then. Itzhak Roseyan, we didn't even mention the start from Helenus to settle that puck that's being lofted to him at center. He crosses the line with it, feeds Roseyan across. It's basically mirroring Roseyan's second goal of the night, but this one counts for 3, and it is a natural hat trick for the Sabres prospect. But Rochester wasn't done there. Jacker Joshua navigates behind the goal, realized he probably couldn't settle it, maybe had a Michigan in mind even, but then he flicks it up to Nikita Novikov. He's got ensuing pressure, decides to just give it a shot, and Trevor Kuntar is there right in between the circles to redirect that puck through for his 12th of the season. Amherst get 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and they are up big after 40.
And so here is the actual who did what in that period. And you see Roseyan and then Kuntar with the next one. I think it's really good that another line came up with a goal, because you don't want to have your team all of a sudden relying on one line to score all the goals.
Well, and that's my thought, and I made mention of this earlier in the period there, is that, you got 12 forwards, getting 2 back is massive, but I do want to see more balanced scoring and depth showcase, because odds are done, it's going to be another point in this season where you're going to need to lean on those other players.
Well, the Amherst have been scoring deprived, but tonight solving that situation so far, and haven't been doing so well at home, but that also is good so far after 2 periods here at the Blue Cross. 4-0 Rochester lead. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network.
Rochester's #1 sports bar, but they have so much more. Daily food specials, signature cocktails, and their famous happy hour. Come into one of their 3 locations and see why the Distillery is Rochester's neighborhood gathering place.
Introducing Delta Sonic Ceramic Exterior Detail, powered by Resistol. 1-year warranty protection for your vehicle's paint, rims, and headlights. Our specialized formula uses advanced ceramic technology to drastically improve the gloss and durability of your vehicle's paint, while creating a barrier that prevents etching and oxidation. Delta Sonic's Ceramic Exterior Detail ensures your car remains as stunning as the day you bought it. Visit Delta Sonic Detail Shop today.
You know what it takes for them to eat their veggies. But when it comes time for their higher education, have you thought about what you'll need then? Look into NY 529, an easy way to start saving for college, trade school, and more.
My therapist, she pushed me also. Everything happens for a reason. I had to let go and find myself again And that's what the Villa program and the staff did for me, is let me find myself again. And I like who I found.
No nonsense, all business. Coaches never call up the JV and expect an MVP performance. Supercut stylists take more reps than the competition. Honestly, could this many coaches be wrong? Supercuts, real smart hair.
This period brought to you by Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino. Nothing else comes close. By ESL Federal Credit Union. By Villa of Hope. Rebuild, recover, renew.
Two pretty good periods for the Rochester Americans. They lead the Springfield Thunderbirds by a 4-0 margin after two. Let's find out what happened in the locker room. Once again, here's Griffin Della Penna.
Back again with our locker room report presented by Seneca Resort and Casino. Nothing else comes close. Pacer, you mentioned that you wanted to see some things in the second period. Were those things corrected that you wanted to see?
I thought it was one of our best periods. Defensively, we ended play so fast. We exited. Our forecheck, we're all over them, and in reloads, we're coming back, we're causing turnovers, and we got rewarded because of it.
Mason Gertson standing about 25 feet over there to our left. How did his fight maybe change the momentum there early on in the frame?
It definitely gave the boys a boost. He's obviously a big boy, and he can handle himself, and you know, those type of things can swing momentum, and we were playing well, and that even gave us more energy.
What else is needed here in the third to, again, continue this positive momentum?
We just can't change the way we're playing. We're playing great. We got to, you know, keep it simple and keep the exact same thing going.
Thank you very much. Don?
All right, thanks, Griff, very much. And tonight's game recap brought to you by Johnson Auto Group. Let's see, let's do the recap now.
Yeah, not a whole lot of shots for Springfield. The Amerks are certainly supplying the ammunition. A couple of assists for Helenus and a couple of shots for Wagner and Bordelot for Springfield. That's about all they can tout.
All right, once again, the game recap brought to you by Bob Johnson Auto Group. As the Amherst will be shooting at the net to our left. It is Ratzlaff in goal down to our right. And has been very steady so far.
Yeah, and his first home start. Nice crowd here to cheer him on, as makes just his fourth start overall. His previous three have come on the road. It's his first time outside the North Division that he plays, and it seemed like Michael Leone did indicate all but certainly Devin Levi would get the start tomorrow in Utica before the team heads off for a week-long break, and then when they're back at it, they will yet again be in Utica for a little.
Now the Amherst playing Utica the next three. They want to get off to a good start in that three-game series against them, especially against a team that's under you in the standings. You just have to win those games.
I'm not so concerned because of just the gap in separation, but at the end of the day, the Amherst just need to control points on their side.
Yeah, well, they always have such tough games against Utica. There's some important three games coming up. Puck jumped around behind the Springfield net, shot around the near point. Johnson kept it in. Chips it along the sideboards, then it cycled down into the corner and pulled back along the near wing, left point. Long shot in, taken by Kuntar, deflected off the stick of Romanov into the far corner, and then sent around the far boards and shoveled off the wall and down ice. The Amherst back for it. Face down out in front of the net, now pulled away as the Amherst start to work forward. Up the slot, pass on the left wing side, that hits a skate, bounced away and over the line, delay offside, but the Amherst do clear the zone. The Thunderbirds will bring it forward, pass to center ice, shot in around behind the Amherst net, poked by Ratzlaff all the way into the near corner, quick turnaround shot, didn't make it through, and then behind the net, spun around the other side, out the back door. Ratzlaff there in time to get a piece of it. That's up and out of play. We played 53 seconds in the third period, and it is a 4-0 Rochester lead.
Yeah, you look at the score right now. I mean, Springfield's going to be loading the bus up, and you wonder what their mindset is right now. So far, it's been nothing but aggression, as it was an opportunity from Stenberg, who had the best chance of the game back in the second period, but I don't know. Be interested to see how this goes.
Tonight's third period replay is brought to you by Cooper Vision. Live brightly. All the way down into the Thunderbird zone, cleared by Helenus, around behind the net, giving it off. Wahlberg tried to cycle behind it, bounces out in front and deflected off a defenseman in on goal, so Romanov had to be alert on that one. 18:51 to go, third period. And 4-0 in favor of the Amherst.
Springfield in the midst of a 6-game road trip while the Amherst are ending their 6-game homestand. I just checked, they'll be playing in Toronto on Saturday. So Amherst will have eyes on that one, hoping for a Thunderbirds win.
That's cleared around the boards and down ice, and it will be an icing call, bring the face-off back. You know, Springfield, they got a trip tonight, and that's a nasty trip, right? You know, the Toronto, when you're playing the next day at 4 in the afternoon, by the time you're crossing the border, you get everything unloaded at the rink, and you get into the hotel, and then you got to get up and go earlier to the rink the next day. That's a nasty trip.
And it's hard when they've been on the road since Monday, Don.
Yeah.
So
carried forward now in over the Rochester line where it's taken, flipped off the glass, but not out. Still kept in the Rochester zone. Centering pass in front, bounced away out the near side. Back at the point is kept in still. Shoveled down in the corner under front and a quick shot, and nobody knows where it is. Ratzlaff must have it in the gear. He's not sure. Now he finds it. It was under the arm and now falls down into the glove after the whistle stops.
Yeah, it was Hugh McGing who had that opportunity. 60-year pro took a wrist shot inside that lower right circle. And it was a good feed to him. Big credit to Dubé as McGing looking for it. Bayreuther is right next to Ratzlaff, hoping to provide some aided protection. But yeah, if you looked at it, Ratzlaff looked like a bit of a librarian. Book just tucked right in the arm there.
That's out top and then bumped away at the blue line, but Hammers get to it again, rip it in around behind the Springfield net. Pops up in the air off the back of the net. It's cleared along the near side to the point and now brought out to center ice. Back checking, nice steal on the puck by Lecision, takes it away and return pass up ice. Just a little bit out of the reach of Meyer, almost sent in on a breakaway. Had spun around far point over the line, so the Hammers have to clear away and get back on side. They do, and it's hammered in by Nadeau and around behind the Springfield net. Back for it, the Thunderbirds. Drawn away up the left wing side to the red line where it's flipped deep in the Amherst zone and chased back by Johnson. He'll send it hard around the boards on the near wing, tipped out over the line to center ice and picked up by Skinner of the Thunderbirds at his own blue line. Springfield with the puck and a pass along the left wing. Dumped in around behind the Amherst net, back for Johnson. We'll send it around the near side. Blocked to the point, poked away out over the line to center ice and dropped back once again. Thunderbirds have it on the far boards to the red line, flipped deep in the Amherst zone. Puck comes down the corner. Komarov bumped there and his stick went flying. He does recover it. And the puck behind the net around the near side. As they get tangled up in the corner, Gertzen helping out. That's recovered, laid back at the right point. Quick shot in, tipped wide through the slot coming down the far boards and checking back on the puck. Warren digs it out. On the near side, tipped out over the line to center ice by Costantini, and now it's recovered by the Thunderbirds in their own zone. Both teams getting some fresh legs on the ice. Rod Ford up the right wing. It's tipped in wide of the net of the Amherst back four. Around behind his net goes Bayreuther. He'll backhand it around the far side, getting to it Fiddler. Schultz off the glass in the air, down ice, chase after by Joshua, getting to it. He's slammed up against the backboards, puck rolling in behind the net. Amherst digging it out to the right point. Long wrist shot in to the pads of Romanov, and he's got it and holds on for face-off. As right there in his face is Joshua.
And that's exactly where Jagger Joshua wants to make a home. Zach Jones doing a good job of trying to help distribute pucks toward the goal, and Joshua literally putting his skate into the pads of Romanov and checking behind him to see if he could find some loose change. That's where Joshua will make a living. He's already got 6 goals on the season and hopes to contribute more in the second half.
Face off to his left. It's back at the right point. Amherst keep it in. Long shot from there. That's deflected wide. Down in the near corner, coming out top of the slot, and Joshua without a stick couldn't reach it to keep it in. Hammers do get hold of it, rip it right back in around behind the net. And to the backboards, Luth out the other side, sends it up the left wing. And ahead to center ice, and here come the Thunderbirds 2-on-1. Pass on the near side, one-time shot in, a weak one, but dribbled wide. Stenberg didn't get much on it. They pucked in the near corner, drawn away out to the point, and now out over the line to center ice. Recovered by the Thunderbirds. That's dumped in the Amherst zone. Quick shot in, up over top of the net. Down to the near boards, flipped in the air, out to center ice, coming down at the center dot, and recovered again by Springfield. Over the red line, dumped in, however, the Amherst back to pick it off. Rochester with the puck starts to move forward, return pass Wahlberg. Anders drops it left wing side. Helenus says pass cross rink is picked off, but that got away. The Amherst had it, and then it's off the stick of Rosean, flipped in the air and out to center ice, now carried forward by the Thunderbirds. Rochester slows them right back up. Recovered by the Amherst, pass on the right side. Wahlberg drops it. Helenus back to Wahlberg, into the side of the net, and up against the post is Romanov, grabs that shot attempt and holds on for a face-off. 15-12 to go in the third, and Rochester leading 4-zip.
Now Wahlberg with a good drop feed, and Helenus on that right side says, why not? I want to rip it and see if I can get a goal. Amherst are having some fun right now, and we talked about the smile he had ear to ear when talking to Griffin Della Penna ringside at the end of the second period. He's just having fun playing hockey, and I'll tell you what, it's a lot of fun to score. It's a lot of fun to put up points, and he wants to keep doing that.
Boy, this has been a heavy-hitting game, to say the least, of this one here at the Blue Cross tonight.
Yeah, and sometimes it can be a lot of fun when the hits are coming in favor of you. That's what happened for Aiden Fulp. Back in the second period, he nailed Zach Dean in open ice, who went into helicopter mode as Fulp, a recent call-up from the ECHL Jacksonville Icemen, providing our Bob Johnson collision of the game.
Face-off coming to the left of goaltender Romanov. Is it Georgie?
It is Georgie.
And the puck along the near side, up the left wing, carried down the corner. That by Novikov, spinning around again. Novikov with a full face shield now. It's back on the right wing side, a shot in. That is deflected away and out of play. Players on the ice, sticks on the ice. It's been a hard-fought battle, this one.
I can't believe Quentin Burns is on the ice right now. I just saw him.
There,
yeah, I couldn't believe it, because he was probably the one that went through the meat grinder more than anybody tonight, as he was taking a face full of fists from Mason Gertson.
Right in front of the net, tangling up and taking Lecision to the ice.
Yeah, I got his number right. The contacts worked that time.
Good guess. Way to go.
Thank you.
Lecision stepping in for the face-off.
I had a 1 in 18 shot.
As the puck was not dropped. So we'll try it again as Wagner is chased out. He's arguing with the linesman, and now newcomer Bordelot will step in. Again, his first game after a trade from Utica. Off the left wing side, long shot, hits a body in front, bouncing puck. And finally, Romanov grabs it, holds on, and we'll have a whole lot of stick work going on in front of the net. The linesman getting in the mix and separate the players.
Yeah, Burns was in there. I can't believe he wanted to continue pushing and shoving. I do want to take a quick second here just to give a shout out back in the office. Today is the final game that is going to be worked for Bobby Heinrich, part of our ticket sales team. He's been a part of this group for a number of years and did a lot of help getting some groups out, especially during the Rochester Nighthawks days. But best of luck to Bobby in his future endeavors.
Yeah, good luck. Great job. Puck drop, pulled back at the left point, kept in. Novikov out top, long shot. Here's a scramble in front, and it ends up going wide. Down the far corner, then sent high in the air to center ice. Stepping up at the red line is Fulp, drops it, and now gloves are dropped. As we had a couple of players over on the far side. All tangled up. Lecision is there, and who's the
Wagner and Lecision.
Wagner again. Wagner.
I think Wagner was the one that got Fulp, and Fulp was tangled up with one of his men. So, yeah, I mean, these Thunderbirds, Don, I'll give them this. They're pesky. They don't want to go away.
Well, Wagner was the one that threw his gloves. Lecision never did take his gloves off. And
yeah, you would think that's a penalty, right? I mean, that should be a penalty just to Wagner, shouldn't it?
Well, Lecision, I think, is probably going to take it. Actually, he was the one to give a cross-check at the very beginning there, I think. So you can't say there was no blame for him.
Right, you're right.
Of course I'm right.
Way to call it right down the middle, Don. Something nobody ever said about you.
No, and never will. So, looks like probably coincidental penalties here.
Let's find out if Don continues his trend of always being right.
Well, earlier today I thought I was wrong, but the only mistake was that I thought I was wrong.
That must be a nice time when you make that mistake.
Lecision and Wagner in the box. They're chirping again from downstairs. And no penalty times on the clock. I would assume they would put up 2 minutes against each. Or would this be a 5? I don't think there was enough for a fight there, was it?
I mean, is there enough for a 10-minute misconduct?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. There is a penalty on the board against Lecision for 2.
There's still a guy in the box for.
And there's the penalty against Wagner. Yeah, so it's 2 against each.
4-on-4, keep in mind Roseanne scored a goal during 4-on-4.
Either way, join the Amherst Kids Club presented by Advantage Federal Credit Union for prizes, discounted ticket offers, and fun all season long. Go to Amherst.com/Kids Club to get signed up. That shot in round behind the Springfield net. So again, each team a man short as the puck carried forward by the Thunderbirds, dumped in around behind the Amherst net, hopped over the stick of Ratzlaff, comes down on the near corner. Amherst turned back for it, spinning around. Johnson lays it behind the net. That's cleared away. Komarov off the far side out to center ice to the red line. That drop pass now continuing on. Flying in over the line, top of the slot. Roseanne tried to split through, turns, takes a shot, gets another whack at it, and off the right pad of Romanov. Coming down to the near boards and cycled around behind the net. The Thunderbirds back for it. Minute 18 to go in the coincidentals. 13:50 to go in the third. From in front of his net, brought away by the Thunderbirds, and now working wide and up the left wing. A drop back once again. Return pass along the left wing side and over the Rochester line, and the puck carrier stood up there nicely, and the loose puck is carried away by the Amherst. Brought forward Jones ahead, and just out of the reach of Fiddler Schultz and down. And the puck in the corner. It's Fiddler Schultz to take it away nicely and behind the net. And Wahlberg in front. The pass is picked off and carried the other way. Here comes Springfield. On the near wing, pulled in over the line offside, and that whistle will stop play. 13:18 to go in period number 3 as the Amherst have a 4-0 lead, and this is the Amherst Broadcast Network.
Tonight's Booster Club 50/50 winning ticket number is
around and melt into pure relaxation. Where fireworks are on your plate and in the sky. Where headliners shine and so does your style. Where your days end in luxurious comfort. Only at Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino. Steps from the Falls of Niagara is a resort that has it all. Come for the view, stay for everything else. Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino. Nothing else comes close.
My therapist, she pushed me also. Everything happens for a reason. I had to let go and find myself again. And that's what the Villa program and the staff did for me, is let me find myself again. And I like who I found.
Working here because it supports my personal growth and my work-life balance. Since working at ESL, I've become more confident. I have become a better leader. We truly care about every single person. We promote and encourage people to really embrace their careers and follow their dreams, to not hold themselves back. Because why settle for a job that simply passes the time when you can belong to something bigger?
Tonight's game is presented by ESL Federal Credit Union.
Got 13:18 to go in the third period. 41 seconds to go in the coincidental minors. Amherst scored 2 in the first, adding 2 more in the second. Fiddler Schultz for the Amherst for the face-off. And at the Rochester blue line. And it's won by the Thunderbirds, pulled back in the zone, chased back in his own end of the rink by, what's his name, Bushinger. I haven't seen much of him around. And the puck shot toward the net by Bayreuther, but blocked away along the far side. Recovered, carried around behind the net by, is that Pekka? Where's he been all night? Turned up the right side into the Rochester zone, dropped back in the slot, and a wrist shot in, then it's grabbed by Ratzlaff. Holds on for the face-off.
Well, I think to answer your point there about Bushinger and Pekka, the Amherst have done a really good job, and it's not just this team. I think it's a trait they've used throughout the season at making some of the opposition's top players just look invisible. They know who to cover, they know how to cover them, and a guy like Pekka, who is extremely talented, he's 15 points away from 400 for his AHL career, but doesn't look like he's going to get any tonight.
Quick shot in again. Ratzlaff on his knees, makes the stop and holds on. I'm really surprised. I mean, had you seen him earlier?
Yeah.
Much?
Yeah, the contacts helped.
No, don't give me that.
No, I mean,
somebody wrote number 63 on your contacts before they inserted them in your eyes. Face-off coming to the right.
Don is never short of comebacks.
At top of the slot. And a lot of practice at it to the near point. Skinner keeps it in, takes a long shot again. Ratzlaff smothers it, holds on for another face-off. By the way, for those that hadn't heard yet, the other goaltender, Topias Leinonen, was sent to Jacksonville to get him in order.
Yep.
He came back from a long injury, quite the process, and so they're trying to get him some ice time and get him started. It's like starting a season all over. Tipped around behind the net, stolen away momentarily by Dean, but tipped along the wall, and the Amherst on the attack. Swept over the line to center ice by Warren and sent the rest of the way down. Off in the corner, around behind the Springfield net, dug out and carried away now by the Thunderbirds. Teams are at full strength, and it's along the near wing, shot in the Rochester zone. The Amherst back for it. As they get tied up in the corner, the puck pulled to the near point, kept in by Skinner along the sideboards. And now Warren around behind his net, out the other side, will drop it back. Amherst start to bring it forward. Up the slot through the center ice. Fulp works wide on the right side over the red line, hammers it in around behind the net. Comes out on the near boards, but sneaks through all the way down to the Rochester blue line, where it's recovered by Komarov. Back pedals through in front of his net, starts to work forward. Up the right wing boards to the red line. He'll dump it in, but he hadn't gained the red line, so that is an icing call. Taking the face-off back into the Amherst zone, down to our right here in the third period.
All right, well, you know, we talked about Scott Ratzlaff getting his first home start. He's made a couple of, I don't think he's been challenged too much, but when he has stood tall. And back in the second period, Otto Stenberg was able to walk through the D. This is the only chance all game that Springfield's had a man drive the net solo, and Ratzlaff was able to tuck himself to his left, get his glove on it, and make that stop. Tonight's save of the game presented by ESL Federal Credit Union.
From the face-off, dumped all the way down Springfield zone. They'll send it the other way in behind the Rochester net. Back for Komarov. Able to swing it around the far side. Joshua tips it to the point, but not out. Shot again around back on the near boards this time and tipped up the wall. As they hack away at it, that's in the air out to center ice, and now pulled in over the Rochester line, wide on the left wing boards. They get tied up, but it's muscled. Nice job by Fiddler Schultz staying with the puck carrier, and the puck out over the line down inside the Springfield blue line, but the Thunderbirds take it the other way. McGing had it knocked away off his stick. The Amherst do recover it and chip it off the near boards, catching up to it. Kuntar throws it through in front of the net out the other side, and here come the Thunderbirds. 11 minutes to go in the third, and the puck dumped in the Amherst zone. In the corner, around behind the net, drawn off in the near corner. Thunderbirds get to it first, but that's taken away, and now we're going to have a penalty coming up to the Amherst. This will be a holding call, and it'll send Komarov to the penalty box, and it'll be a power play opportunity here for the visiting Thunderbirds.
No stranger to the box is Komarov. This season his numbers aren't nearly as high, but last year he led Rochester in penalty minutes and was third overall in the league amongst rookies, as he looks like he may have gotten that free hand around Dubé. And Springfield does have a dangerous power play. We talked about it. Special teams is one thing that is, you know, relatively successful for this Thunderbirds group, and so they'll have an opportunity to try and test Ratzlaff yet again.
Bates off, coming to the left of Ratzlaff. As we get set, puck finally dropped, pulled back in the corner. Amherst get to it, rip it around to the near point. That sneaks through and all the way down. Is unable to keep it in at the point is Rosen. So back for it, go the Thunderbirds. Rosen drops it off, now backhands it into the near corner, reversed up the near side, then gets a return pass. Continuing on, another drop pass, and now the Thunderbirds work in over the Rochester blue line, throw it to the far boards. Back at the left point, intercepted nicely by Warren following the play, gives it off Lecision, will shoot it all the way down ice. Back for it, go the Thunderbirds. Rosen from behind his net, will drop it off. And now the Thunderbirds on the attack, still with a man advantage for 1:15, turned in over the Rochester line, chipped down the corner, and around behind the net. Coming off on the back boards, and that is turned back at the far point to the near side, back to the far point again. Kept in, looking for a shooting lane on the left wing side, brought it under front shot, getting a piece of a Ratzlaff, and he's on the rebound and holds on. That down to the side of the net, jammed in front, but Ratzlaff gets to it under the right pad and holds on.
Yeah, good sharpness from Ratzlaff just to keep his eyes on the puck, even with some traffic to his left and right. He finds himself in the right place at the right time. As the toe drag shot from Kaskanaki, and then I think it got knocked down from an Amherst player before it was on the side of the net, and that's able to keep this one tucked in.
Puck pulled back along the backboards, then shot out to the point, and off the defenseman out over the line to center ice, recovered, and that'll be Lindstein as he now works it ahead up the left wing side in over the line, but batted away. Lindstein gets it back again at his own blue line. Being chased, but throws it up the left wing and a pass back on the near boards. Lindstein moves up the right wing now, and he'll shoot it in around behind the net, coming down the far boards. As they tie up in the corner, drop back out top of the slot on the right wing side, out top of the slot once again. Back to the right side as they feed to the side, and that backhander for the back post goes just wide. Nice feed off the back post to Stenberg. Just missed, and it's out top once again. Pass on the right side. Stenberg has it along the half wall, drops it off in the corner. Looking for a feed that across the goal mouth out the other side. Down the left wing boards and on top. Penalty about to expire. Pass on the right side, shot. Glove stop, Ratzlaff. And the rebound gets away, but recovered as the penalty expires. Amherst full strength. And along the far boards, that's drawn out over the line to center ice. So the Thunderbirds back. And a pass ahead, but blocked back in the zone again. We're down to 8:35 to go in the third. Down behind the net. Springfield with the puck, taking their time here. Amherst now have 38 shots to 22 for the Thunderbirds. Brought ahead up the right side, in over the Rochester line, scooped down the corner, and the Amherst after it. In behind the net, getting a hold of it. Jones sends it around the far point, not out. Long shot in, goes wide, comes back at the near point, kept in, and dumped down the corner. Drawn to the back, ooh, crunched from behind. Face first into the glass as Jones, he gets up, all right. His tip from attempt in front. That's wide out the other side. And the puck dropped off on the backboards, brought it in front again, stuffing attempt, and blocked away by Ratzlaff. Comes out top, turnaround shot, deflected up in the air, and out of play. Great play by Ratzlaff, 7:54 to go. In the third, the Amherst leading 4-0. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network.
Introducing Delta Sonic Ceramic Exterior Detail, powered by Resistol. 1-year warranty protection for your vehicle's paint, rims, and headlights. Our specialized formula uses advanced ceramic technology to drastically improve the gloss and durability of your vehicle's paint while creating a barrier that prevents etching and oxidation. Delta Sonic's Ceramic Exterior Detail ensures your car remains as stunning as the day you bought it. Visit Delta Sonic Detail Shop today.
Your heart doesn't stay the same throughout your life, and neither should your care. At Rochester Regional Health, we're here for every beat of your life. From prevention and early detection to advanced procedures like robotic cardiac surgery. Because the best heart care meets you where you are and carries you forward. Heart care for every beat of your life. We're here for it. Learn more at rochesterregional.org/heart.
Roll around and melt into pure relaxation. Where fireworks are on your plate and in the sky. Where headliners shine and so does your style. Where your days end in luxurious comfort. Only at Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino. Steps from the Falls of Niagara is a resort that has it all. Come for the view, stay for everything else. Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino.
Amherst trying to hold on to a 4-0 lead here with just under 8 minutes to go in the third period. The Amherst are back in action on Sunday, February 15th. That's the next home game when the little ones take over the arena for their annual Kids Day. Amherst face off against the Utica Comets. Tickets on sale at amherst.com. And the puck dropping at 3:05. That on the 15th, the afternoon of the 15th.
Yeah, we're finally going to have our first Sunday home game of the season. Got 3 on deck this year. Should be a nice crowd on hand for that one, too.
Puck pulled back at the left point is kept in. Drop along the far side once again out top on the near boards and a shot in, but somebody got a piece of that. It's up over top of the Amherst net, comes down the far board, slammed along the wall, and out over the line to center ice. Amherst working forward. Helenus over the line will drop it on the right wing to Rosayan. Drops it back in front of Wahlberg with a shot. I'm not sure what it hit. Goes wide, comes down behind. Amherst dig it out along the near boards, carried out top. Moving in, a shot once again by Rosayan. And somebody got a stick on that one as it's up and out of play. So we'll have another face-off coming up in the Springfield zone with 7:25 to go in period number 3.
I think Roseanne at times has decided to be maybe a little less shoot first mentality after getting that hat trick. He's sort of settled into the game and simplified things, but I mean, if the opportunity is there like it was in that moment when Wahlberg feeds him, you got to drive for it.
As the puck is dropped, rolls to the corner, shot around behind the net out on the other side. That's blocked and kept in, sent toward the net, but turned away and up the near wing to center ice. Bouncing puck, Lecision hammering away at it. Rolls down the Amherst zone. Rochester gets to it. Novikov plays it aside. And along the far wing, spun off the boards and down again. So a race for the puck. No icing as the Thunderbirds get to it. The Amherst intercept a pass out in front, shot in, blocked and went wide off of the arm of Romanov and comes out of the near point, kept in by Novikov. Down behind the net, taking it off the backboards, cleared around to the left point again for Novikov. Drops it top of the slot, Lecision on the right side. Wrist shot in. That missed the glove of Romanov and comes down in the near corner. Pinching down is Novikov deep in the corner, hacking away at it. In to help on Nadeau, draws it on the near side, but that's intercepted and turned over the line to center ice by the Thunderbirds. Rolling it on goal, the Amherst have it. Off the far boards, drop back in the slot again. And a pass up the left wing. Amherst make changes. The feed off to Joshua in front of his bench. We'll send it forward the rest of the way down. And this looks like it'll be an icing call. 6:19 to go in the third. 4-0 Rochester lead. By the way, there's a couple of Amherst players. There's three. How many are going to the All-Star game?
Should be three, and they're all here, and they're all back from Buffalo. Roseanne, Helenus, and Jones. And so it's a long week that gets a little longer for them as everybody else gets to take off. They will head to Rockford, Illinois, Tuesday, Wednesday for the All-Star festivities.
So congratulations, but condolences for not being able to get a break.
And I mean, the last couple of years too, it's not like last year where you get to go to Coachella Valley.
Yeah, turned up the right wing and in over the line, feed off by Joshua Kuntar, backhander into the midsection of Romanov, who smothers it and holds on. We're down at 6:03 to go in the third period. As the Amherst tomorrow afternoon, actually early evening against Utica in Utica, 6:05 face-off.
I'll be curious to see who does what for the Amherst in terms of the skills competition on Tuesday. I don't know about you, Don. That's my favorite part of those All-Star festivities.
Nice shot in the air out to center ice and turned in over the Rochester line, recovered by the Amherst. As they look it over, cleared along the glass on the near side, out over the line to center ice, and the Amherst get a piece of it, chip it the rest of the way down. In over the blue line, trying to break in on goal is Gertson, and that one is poked wide. Around the boards on the far side, Amherst kept it in momentarily, but then it's drawn out to center ice. And the Thunderbirds on the attack up the right side, in over the line, quick shot, but Amherst get a piece of that one. The deflection, the puck comes down the far corner. Well, the right wing poked along the boards, in the air but not out, now slammed along the wall, and out over the line to center ice, and it's recovered by the Thunderbirds. On the near wing, it's chased down by the Amherst. Taking their time here. They have the puck back in their own zone. It's at 5:10 to go in the third along the near wing. Drawn ahead, weaving his way forward. Helenus is looking for the return pass, blocked away. It's in over the line. Trying to get in, he skates as Wahlberg. Finally comes up with it, will give it off. Helenus will move it along the near side and back to the left point for Jones. To the right side, long shot from there. That's wide and comes down behind the net and dug out by Wahlberg. Back at the right point again, moving on top. Komarov with the shot, and on his knees. That one stopped, and the whistle stopped play. So the puck did pop loose, but the whistle had already blown. We have 4-0 lead for the Amherst. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network.
Rochester, Stellar is proud to be an official partner of the Rochester Americans. To celebrate, you'll receive 2 tickets to an Amherst home game when you choose Stellar for your next home exterior project. You'll also be entered in a drawing to drop the ceremonial puck at a selected game this season. Protect your home through the winter, then cheer on the Amherst on home ice. Schedule your free inspection today at stellarroofing.com. When quality counts, choose
Stellar Roofing.
Over 50 years ago, my family built a place where everybody is welcome, where love is celebrated every day, and family is at the heart of everything we do. Since 1969, we are 3 generations of hard work and care, committed to exceeding your expectations, bringing you exceptional quality, value, and style. I'm so proud of what we do and where we came from. I'm Alec Iavino. This is our heritage. Let us be a part of yours.
Workplace injuries involve a lot of uncertainty. At first, it may seem like just a workers' comp case. But at Seeger and Shortino, we look at your case from every angle. You may also have a personal injury case that pays for your pain and suffering. Seeger and Shortino will handle every aspect of your case: workers' comp, personal injury, and Social Security disability. We'll help you get all the benefits you deserve. So call or text us.
Face-off coming up in the Springfield zone. That to the left of Romanov. As we have Helenus stepping in for this face-off. So as Wahlberg and Roseanne up front with him. Guess that's a pretty good line, huh?
Seems to be, yeah. They've all factored in with points tonight, combined for 6.
Around behind the net, into the near corner. As the puck is in the corner now, taken by the Thunderbirds, spun along the near side of the point. That blocked around Johnson to center ice. Hammers back and tip it, but it pops up into the Rochester player bench and on the play. So face-off coming up, center ice area, 4:28 to go in the third period.
I will say, I've been very entertained by what's been going on around the arena with this Olympic night. David Leggio, Brian Gionta, the activities they participated in. How nice was it for you to see some old faces?
Oh, it's great. Outstanding. Anytime you see, and guys from the past, especially the long past, come back, it's always so much fun to see them. Turned up the left wing and over the Rochester line, and that's chased down and spun along the sideboards. Back at the right point, kept in. Moving out top, and a shot hits a leg. At the other side, shot, pad save. Ratzlaff comes up with the puck and holds on. The first shot coming from the right point by Matt Luff was off a leg and wide, and he certainly is a very powerful point producer.
Well, that's the thing, like the Thunderbirds team, I mean, for all their issues, they do have some guys. It's always surprising when you see this. You know, the Bridgeport Islanders, they had struggled for a while, over a couple of years with some veteran players, and that's kind of what's going on for the Thunderbirds now. I mean, you know, Callie Rosen, Hunter Skinner, Matthew Pekka, Wagner, Luff, like, these guys have been around. They just are not getting the job done this year.
Puck back out top of the slot, kept in, long shot, missed wide, comes off the backboards around the near wing, and Nadeau will reverse it behind the net off of the far corner, send up the wall, all the way down, and it is in behind the Springfield net. Trying to dig it out on the backboards. Decision looking for a pass in front, backhander, and Hammers couldn't finish. Out top for Novikov, turns and takes a shot. That one coming down the far corner. And it's spun along the sideboards. Decision gets a piece of it, but the Thunderbirds will dig it out and bring it away. Hammers stop them at the blue line and come up with the puck. Pass up the left wing side, missed everybody and ends up out of play in the players' bench. So we'll have a face-off coming up, which will be in the Amherst zone, I believe. Should be. All right, the Rochester Americans in your Stop DWI program. Hope you enjoyed this game. Want to remind you, if you've been out tonight, have a plan to get home safely. If you've been drinking, don't drive, get a ride. Face-off comes to the left of Ratzlaff. As they line up for the face-off. Puck dropped. It's still in the circle, and finally comes loose and taken by Jones. Sends it high in the air down ice. Joshua on the attack, but he's squeezed out and the puck taken away by the Thunderbirds out to center ice along the near wing. Continuing on over the Rochester line, Bordelot, it's batted off the end of his stick and then cycled around behind the net, coming down on the near boards. Turning back once again. They caught by Bayreuther behind his net to the other side. Jones slams it along the wall to center ice. Over the red and up the left wing to Kuntar. In on the near wing, Kuntar waits for help, and now he'll cycle it off the boards around behind the net for Fiddler Schultz. As it's pulled away from him in behind, the puck recovered by the Thunderbirds. On the backboards and up the near wing to center ice. Turn and dump back in over the line and take it again as both teams make changes. We're down to 2:40 to go in the third period. Thunderbirds have it. Backhander along the near boards to center ice. Another tip up into the player bench. Boy, the puck is really attracted to these player benches right now.
Yeah, I think particularly up and over them for some souvenirs, and the crowd will always enjoy that. Also, real quick, and this is worth noting, a final score elsewhere. Syracuse topping Belleville in regulation, 5-3 the final there. So that is good news for the Amherst, who entered tonight tied with the Senators for that final playoff spot and should be in a position to stay 2 points clear of them.
A rarity of divisional teams going without a 3-point game.
Don't get too excited. I think Laval and Cleveland are headed that way.
Great. Puck around behind the net, brought away. And at the center ice and along the near wing, tipped in over the line. Again, it ends up on the player bench. Well, right now, you know, you're watching the standings and that, and I don't know, that it's kind of early, so it doesn't really matter to me exactly which team wins. What matters is all the 3-point games. If they gain ground, when even the losing team is picking up a point, that really doesn't help you.
Yeah,
the only time it helps you is when you're the one getting that extra point.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with you there.
Shot around behind the Amherst net, off on the other side, tipped along the wall, and in the Rochester zone, the left point to the right side for Skinner. He'll take a look around and tried to throw it toward the net. It ends up being tipped down the near corner, spinning around and cycled up the left wing for Gertzen. Backhander in the air, not the center ice. And recovering the bouncing puck, Costantini off the left wing, draws it in over the line, but as he's squeezed out, taken back by the Thunderbirds. 1:45 to go. And the puck in the corner. Now behind the Springfield net. Now 1.5 to go here at the Blue Cross Arena. From behind the net out the near side, and that is cleared through and out the center ice. Blocked at the red line once again. Amherst has done a great job of standing up the Thunderbirds at their own blue line and not allowing them to enter the zone. Pass up the right side where it's tipped in around behind the Springfield net. On the backboards and shot the other way. That's through and down ice, and it'll be in on goal, and Ratzlaff has to make a stop, but has to hold on as there's a Springfield player right there in his face with 1:09 to go.
That wouldn't count as a shot on goal from Romanov, would it?
No, because I think the shot has to come across the red line.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think.
You know what? I think they just put one up.
I've been wrong before, including tonight.
He doesn't like to admit that, folks. That's a rare one. It is Olympic night, Don. You've had fun. This is an exciting time of year for you. I know how much you love watching the Olympics.
Oh, I do. I really do. Puck out the center ice. Knocked down. Amherst continue over the line as that's dumped in around behind the net. Now 1 minute to go in this one, which has been an outstanding game for the Amherst. And the puck now brought forward to center ice, sent cross rink of the far wall and around behind the Amherst net. Ratzlaff stops it there. Novikov wheels a backhander into the far corner. Thunderbirds after it. Send it through the slot to the near point. Nobody can get a hold of it. That's through and all the way down. And back for it. Around behind his net goes Loof for the Thunderbirds. Brings it to center ice, up the right wing to the red line, backhands it in. He'll step off onto the bench, and in behind his net goes Bayreuth for the Amherst, turns it back. Watching traffic flow by. Well, he's got plenty of time. He can stand there for another 23 seconds.
I don't think his goaltender would mind that.
No, not at all. Bayreuth just stopped and standing in behind the net. The fans starting to chant and cheer here. So they're just going to watch the seconds tick off. No pressure from the Thunderbirds.
I was going to say, this feels like when you take a knee in football. Thunderbirds are not interested.
Nope, that'll be it. Great job by the Amherst tonight, as they come away with a 4-0 win. Going to be interesting to see which of two players is the first star of this game tonight. So the Amherst come away with the victory as Ratzlaff records his first shutout, and then Roseanne coming up with the hat trick, and he's getting a nice face wash from everybody. Ratzlaff, great job for the youngster coming up with a 4-0 victory. Postgame is next. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network.
Explore the Kawasaki family, available at Maddie's Motorsports.
I love working here because it supports my personal growth and my work-life balance. Since working at ESL, I've become more confident. I have become a better leader. We truly care about every single person. We promote and encourage people to really embrace their careers and follow their dreams, to not hold themselves back. Because why settle for a job that simply passes the time when you can belong to something bigger?
Tonight's postgame show is brought to you by ESL Federal Credit Union.
Yeah, the Blue Cross Arena tonight. A good crowd on hand and saw an excellent outing by the Rochester Americans. We're right now getting the 3 stars of the game. And the 3rd star is Helenus. The 2nd star, goaltender Ratzlaff. And the 1st star, just showing there, is Isak Rosean. Kind of disappointing for Ratzlaff. Comes up with his first pro shutout, and he's not the 1st star.
Hard. I think he would admit, though, the guy in front of him maybe just had a little bit better of a night. Ratzlaff wasn't challenged too much, but you still make the saves, and congratulations to him.
Well, let's see what he has to say about it as we check in once again with Griff.
Don, thank you. Scott made some clutch saves there to get your first pro shutout. How were you able to get it done and reach this amazing accomplishment?
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. Obviously, when a goalie gets a shutout, I think it's a team effort. I mean, everybody pitched in, and we knew this was an important game. So it's just, I'm really happy, and I think it's a team win, really.
You've also seen sporadic time in between the pipes as of late. How were you able, day in and day out, to be ready whenever your number is called for a night like this?
Yeah, I think it's important to just practice hard, right? And then I went out there and I said, I'm just going to play, right? It's just hockey, and you don't need to overthink it, right?
Congrats on the thing. Go in there, go see your teammates.
Thank you.
Congrats, Scott.
Appreciate it.
Don.
So glad for the youngster, Scott Ratzlaff, again with his first pro shutout, and now has a 3-1 record in his early stages of his professional career. And that, of course, the record here in Rochester. He also played some games back in the East Coast League. Actually started out the first month of the season, was the rookie of the month, I think, in the East Coast League.
Yep. 11 games played for the Jacksonville Icemen, and then got that call in December when Topias Lainen went down, and so now they flip-flop the two. It gets Ratzlaff a chance to get some more AHL action, and I think this is a game he'll remember for a while.
Well, there's a lot of things that happen in the game, and some highlights to talk about, but nothing in the 3rd period. However, I think we should be able to find a play of the game somewhere along here, shouldn't we?
Yeah, I mean, I would certainly hope that play of the game is probably coming from the guy who's the 1st star, Isak Rosean. It is, and it is his hat trick goal as Rosean from Helenus goes on the 1T blast to get 3 on the night. It was a natural hat trick for Isak Rosean, his 2nd hat trick in less than a month's time, and it helps the Amherst get the win here tonight.
The play of the game is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. Kind of interesting that 3rd goal was his hat trick goal, but really the one that was the most important goal on the night was his 1st goal. That turned out to not only be the 1st goal, but the game-winning goal.
Yeah, and I think it was something that just kind of drove confidence for an Amherst offense that has sorely needed it. You know, they're used to scoring, I hate to say it, 1 goal a game, and just praying for a shutout from there. They got the shutout tonight, and 1 would have been enough tonight, but so many times it hasn't been of late.